Why is it that we say that chiropractic care is about so much more than just getting something popped or neck pain or back pain or headaches? I'm going to go over some core principles today that will hopefully help your understanding of chiropractic care, but then also enable you to be able to share with your friends, neighbors, families, coworkers about what it is that we actually really do here. So in order to do that, we're going to utilize the letter N. We're going to try and make this really, really simple here, okay? So really there is nothing in the world of human health and performance that does not fall within the umbrella of chiropractic care. And how is that possible? The first principle here, we're going to take a step back, is what is true optimal health? What is high performance? And I often get the answer, oh, well, that's feeling good. If you're not sick, you must be healthy, right? Or, oh, well, I can do things without being in pain all the time. You know, sometimes I'll get answers like that. Really, optimal health and human performance is when your body's chemistry is at optimal levels. That's what they're doing when they check your blood work. Every time you have a yearly physical and they say, hey, let's take a look underneath the hood, what's going on here? They're looking at the blood markers that show us how efficiently is your body really running. It's an objective measure, okay? So optimal health is really when your body's chemistry is on point, when all of the organs and the various systems are doing exactly what they're supposed to. Well, your body's chemistry is controlled by the various cells, tissues, organs, and glands that release those chemicals. And they need to release them in the right quantities, at the right time, in the right situations. And so there's a lot of balancing that's having to happen here. And a lot of times, symptoms that you experience is because of some sort of body chemistry that is off. Some cell, some organ, some tissue isn't quite doing what it's supposed to, okay? Now, in order for those cells, tissues, organs, and glands to release those chemicals in the right quantities at the right time, they have to be controlled, they have to be organized, they have to be told when to do that. And the thing that controls and organizes and orchestrates all of those various tissues is the nervous system. Your brain is the control center for every little thing that has to happen in the body. And it's made of your brain, your spinal cord, and then all the various little nerves that come and branch off of that. That's how signals are sent back and forth. Now, your brain and your spinal cord and those nerves are so important that they're the only thing in the entire body that have their own protective casing of bone. You have your skull for your brain, and you have your spinal cord is protected by your spine, your vertebral column, we call it, okay? Now, the problem is that bone, if it shifts, if it buckles, if it deteriorates, if it degenerates, well, now instead of protecting, it's irritating. And that's what we call, in the chiropractic world, vertebral subluxation. Vertebral just means vertebra or back, and then we have subluxation, which means a state of less life, light, or energy flowing to that portion of the body. So vertebral subluxation is a bone that instead of protecting, it's now harming, and it's actually decreasing signaling that's happening up and down the brain and spinal cord. So when we have vertebral subluxation, well, now the nervous system is irritated, which means it cannot orchestrate and control those cells, tissues, organs, and glands as effectively as it once did. Well, if now those cells, tissues, organs, and glands that are supposed to release certain chemicals at certain times, if they're not being coordinated and instructed correctly or as optimally as we should, well, then you're going to have altered and decreased body chemistry harmony. When that happens, by definition, if our body chemistry is now affected and decreased, well, now you're at a state of decreased optimal health by definition, okay? And that's where none of us want to be. Here's where chiropractic care comes in and why we talk about that there's nothing that doesn't fall within the umbrella of chiropractic care, and why it's so much more than just neck pain and back pain. Why we talk about increased energy, better immune system function, better organ function, better nervous system health. So this is where this comes in. What we do is we make precise spinal adjustments to certain vertebrae that need it in certain directions, okay? It's not about making things pop. You can do that on your own by stretching a certain way. I could train a monkey to hop up and down on your back. That's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about identifying which vertebra are actually causing irritation, what direction do they need to be shifted or adjusted, and then as a result, because of that adjustment, well, now the nervous system is able to function as close to optimally at 100% as possible. When it can do that, well, now the various cells, tissues, organs, and glands can work in harmony to release the chemicals that they should, which means our body chemistry will stay within healthy ranges, which means that we will have the best chance possible of having optimal health with the constraints that our body is able to give us. Because obviously, not all of us are going to be at 100% optimal health all the time, because there's chemicals, there's physical or mental or emotional traumas that happen that actually alter your body chemistry. So your body is always trying to do the best that it can with what it's given. Our goal as chiropractors is to make sure that whatever it's working with here, it can do that to the optimal level possible. And that's really what chiropractic care is all about, and why so many people send their friends and neighbors and coworkers and family members in to see us, even if they don't have some of those named conditions like neck pain, back pain, headache, sciatica, you name it. The things that people very commonly come in for. There is so much more to it, and hopefully this helps you understand a little bit better of why that is.